my screen. Her smile, it shines so bright. She's a queen with every scene. In the morning or the night, recipes and good vibes flow. Every video a gem. Her confidence, it grows and grows. We're inspired like her friends. Unstoppable Flora, she's got that power. Spreading her aura, blossoming like a flower. Through the highs and all the lows, she remains so strong. Her spirit always glows. She's where we all belong. With every like and every share, we feel her energy. No storm too strong, she can't bear. She's setting us all free. Unstoppable Flora, she's got that power. Spreading her aura, blossoming like a flower. Recipes and good vibes flow. Every video a gem. Her confidence, it grows and grows. We're inspired like her friends. Unstoppable Flora, she's got that power. Spreading her aura, blossoming like a flower. Through the highs and all the lows, she remains so strong. Her spirit always glows. She's where we all belong. With every like and every share, we feel her energy. No storm too strong, she can't bear. She's setting us all free. Unstoppable Flora, she's got that power. Spreading her aura, blossoming like a flower. Through the highs and all the lows, she remains so strong. Her spirit always glows. She's where we all belong.
Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to get right into it. All right. So, good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are having a good, productive weekend. I have been feeling a little bit off kilter. I'm not going to lie, just a little bit. Just adjusting to some changes and things. So, thank you all for your patience with me. All right. Let's get back to the content, though. I wanted to do this stream because I've been seeing some very disturbing body cam. All right, some very disturbing stuff. And I was like, wow, for a little while there, I was like feeling a little bit bored with not bored, but like it felt repetitive. And then I saw the ones that have been coming out the last couple of weeks, and I was like, Jesus, somebody's been doing their FOIA requests. Okay. And we're gonna thank them for doing that. Okay, so the first one that we're gonna get into um, is a case of a Florida mom who sold off her child for $500. Okay, very, very egregious, right? Hence the title. But also just kind of highlights the failures of, CPS and those types of programs. At the end of the day, we can't all just keep saying, well, there's only so much they can do. At this point, it's almost as if their hands are tied until something really, really serious happens, which doesn't make any sense because why would they exist? All right, so let's watch this case here. And do me a favor, guys, hit the like button for me. Engage in the chat with me, subscribe, all of that. Let's have some fun this morning. Obviously, these cases are going to be crazy, but they give room for a bigger dialogue about what is going on right now, what public health issues we're dealing with in society. All right, let's get into it.
H&R Block.
Most people who have children, it's one of the most precious things in the world. It's priceless. But a Florida mom is accused of putting a price tag on her own baby.
You don't remember having a conversation or about trying to sell to your mom?
What?
I'm just
No.
No.
No. I would never sell my child.
I'm Elizabeth Milner for Law and Crime. Look, I don't have any children of my own, but I couldn't imagine putting my child up for sale like this mom allegedly did.
Are y'all gonna let me go?
No, ma'am. No, there is a warrant for your arrest.
Jessica Woods was known to frequent around this area of Palatka, Florida. At least that's what an employee at one of the local businesses told police. On March 5th of last year, though, that day took a dark turn.
Because they were worried about the baby.
Because she's throwing a tantrum.
No, well, more they wanted to make sure the baby was okay and that you were okay.
I'm fine. I'm trying to find emergency housing.
Here, let's walk over here so we're not running around a bit talking. So what's the situation? What are you going through right now?
My bad, y'all. I didn't realize I was muted. But what I was saying is, in this instance here where the police, come upon her and the little girl, although they have nothing that, a parent's supposed to have when they have a baby or anything like that, although she doesn't have any of that stuff, the police are still, they let her go. They allow for her they get her the things that she needs, and then they allow for her to go because, a lot of times it is women taking care of children by themselves, right? They don't have help. They don't have family, for whatever reason. Sometimes it's reasons of their own. Sometimes it's legitimately just, they don't have anybody in their lives who's reliable. But, obviously I think something was going on here. The way she sounds, her speech pattern, the way she's slurring her words, I wouldn't be comfortable or confident with her with a child, right? Especially if somebody calls because they're worried about her and the child. So this is what we're watching here before, any of what they talk about her doing happens.
I'm going through a lot.
Like as far as housing, why are you looking for emergency housing?
Because I had a boyfriend who used to beat out of me, and I don't want to go around my kid.
So
Lee Conley will not take me.
Lee Conley won't take you?
No, because there was a conflict of interest to where one of their staff members told my husband where I was.
So Lee Conley, you've already dealt with them and they won't take you?
Right. I'm willing to do public assistance, public housing. I'm willing to do Mellon Manor. I don't have a ride.
Well, I know you didn't have a license for a while because we had an issue with that, so I remember that.
If you can please help me in any way.
Well, okay, so I've got our victim's advocate coming out. She's going to talk to you. She's going to bring some stuff for the baby.
Where?
She'll be coming over here. I was just on the phone with her when you walked to the bathroom. And I'll call her back kind of up there on the situation. What was your first and last name again?
Jane Woods.
Jessica Woods, that's what it was. Okay.
I'm going to be going over to the H&R block.
Well, she's coming over here. She'll be here shortly. She was getting the bag together now. She was trying to figure out to get information on
I need emergency housing.
She might be able to help you and kind of steer me in the right direction as well. Lee Conley was actually what I was going to try to recommend, but obviously, that's kind of not the.
Just because the baby cries doesn't mean that they're in trouble. I'm sure you have.
And it's actually, I don't know what the real situation is with her and, whatever man she was living with, but it's kind of sad that, people like her will use the things that they understand people feel a lot of sympathy for, right? A mother taking care of a baby by herself, leaving an abusive relationship, right? That is sort of playing on people's heartstrings, I think, in just kind of a really nasty way because she's obviously the danger to her child. All right, but let's continue.
Have kids.
I do. I have a son and a stepdaughter.
I can't even believe this. Who called? Am I allowed to go to H&R Block? Am I allowed to
Well,
go?
I've got, like I said, I've got our victim's advocate coming out here. It's going to try
Can
and
I
get some
sit in the
stuff for
car or
baby.
something? I'm freezing.
I don't want to sit you in the back of my car or anything, and I can't put you in the front. Let's walk over to this parking lot behind my car at least. That way we're not out here.
I'm freezing, and I'm quite sure that we're the old people in there. We're the ones who call.
Well, I'm not sure who exactly called. All I know is they called and I came in and I spoke with the staff, and they kind of gave me a rundown of the situation.
Yeah, they fed us.
Yeah. So that's at least good. You got some food. The baby got some food.
Yeah.
As you can see from this horrible and really sad case, it's important to know who you're surrounding yourself with. That's where our sponsor Truth Finder comes in. It's one of the largest public search services in the entire world. Again, that's Truth. Was talking to for the com/LC bodycam for 50% off. It's a really sad situation for the little 1-year-old. Jessica's daughter had no shoes and no diaper on when her mom was talking to police.
Where have you been staying with the baby?
I've been staying up.
You know, this makes me really upset, right? Because I think she had no diaper and no shoes on, and they thought that this was a healthy situation for the baby. You know, at some point, it's like, okay, are their hands really tied, or are they just, unwilling to step in and step up? Because this is obviously child neglect. Having a baby walking around without a diaper, I mean, that's clear. It's clear what that is. And this baby is completely helpless. 1 year old, can't even, and people are calling because the baby's crying. If a baby's crying like that and you find the baby undressed, unkept, not being fed, it's clear what's going on. But again, police aren't going to take the baby at this point, and CPS doesn't come and do a wellness check on the baby and where she's living with it. A lot of people dropped the ball in this case, I think. But let's continue.
88 Mango Drive.
Is that rescue for my child?
No. They're going to a different call.
I was staying at 188 Mango Drive, and dude was crazy.
I wasn't laughing at that, by the way. I just got a message and I'm just like, what the heck? And I thought I muted. So let's continue.
So I decided to leave.
When did you leave?
I just left last night.
Okay.
And then on top of that,
now what mom, right? Because now again she's trying to frame this like she ran away in a haste from a abusive relationship. What parent, mom, whatever, leaves this situation without diapers, clothes, food, and doesn't immediately go somewhere for assistance, right? You just find her roaming about and somebody else has to call the police and talk about what's going on with her. I mean, it's clear this woman's a liar, and they're just gonna let her go with the baby. This part really broke my heart. This baby can't say anything. It can't defend itself. It can't say what the mom has already allowed to happen to it. It's walking around without a diaper. That's disgusting.
can I use the bathroom, please?
What, in Coley?
No, I feel sick.
Can I walk back in Coley's and use the restroom real quick?
Can I go to the bathroom? Can I go to the laundry mat? It's warm.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know if there's a bathroom in there?
Yeah. I just want to get in a place where I can get situated. And I'm an RN, right? And the only thing I'm waiting for is for my license.
She's an RN with no disposable cash to get for her and her child, looking and sounding under the influence. I mean, this woman understands that she's not a reliable person. Hey there, loves. What is going on? What's going on, HM? Popwater says, hey, Flora, what's going on? Good morning. We got some tough body cams. So do me a favor, y'all. Make sure you guys are engaging in the chat for me. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, all that. Yeah, she's drunk. She's drunk or high. Because the way she's talking, she's not even she's not really inflecting her voice or anything like that. She's sort of just, talking kind of through her teeth. You can even tell, and again, the baby has no diaper when they approach her. If somebody calls and says, something's going on with this baby, this woman is unwell to take care of the baby, how did they just let her walk off with the child? This is the part of the body cam that I just didn't understand, how she was sent away with this child in this condition.
By the time Jessica finished using the restroom, more officers were already there.
Now, why would she feel threatened that some women, right? Because there's no men there. They specifically do this when they're dealing with people who, say they have left or are leaving abusive situations. They specifically get women to help them, just to keep them comfortable and things like that. Same with the shelters. You'll see they're mostly employed by women. Oh, yay. Happy Women's Day. Is that what it is today? It's unfortunate that we're learning about this mother, but I think speaking about these cases is this is advocacy that we need regardless of what day it is. So, but yes, Happy Women's Day, everybody. Let me see here. Actually, I have something for you guys later that will touch on that. Is that baby black? I think it's mixed race. Obviously she's either ambiguous or white, but I think the baby is mixed. So, that's not really relevant, but yeah, that's what it appears. Very unfortunate for this child. But yes, there's women around her. It's not like a man is coming or it's cops with their gear and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's women. So why would she feel threatened by them coming with goods for her, for the baby, clothing, diapers? These are things, it's obvious that they're not there to hurt her, but she somehow feels threatened. That should tell you something about her intentions or, how she's treating this child. And again, she's let go after this. So, everyone can see there's something wrong with her, but.
We have a bunch of stuff for you and the baby. We have bows and. I want to bring you some stuff for you and the baby. Yeah. There's nothing, I promise, everything. There's food in here. There's actually new clothes for her and stuff. I promise. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. Do you want me to lay it all out right here? That way you can pick, you can change her. I have diapers, I have wipes. Do you need any wipes?
Please.
We have all this in the backpack. Yes, you can have all this in the backpack.
And notice the baby is screaming and crying when being changed. That's a bad sign. The baby was quiet otherwise. Yeah, I know, BET channels. This is very disturbing. Very, very disturbing. This is bad. Try to sell her daughter. Yeah, I don't understand how a parent could do something like that. And everyone gets upset, or not upset, but they're judgmental about women not having children today. But, all these cases that we see of people who can't handle children and what they do to them. Why would we be in a rush to just be having a bunch of babies? I think people need to be way more responsible with their wombs and get the help that they need. Be more likely to relinquish your child. She claims to be a nurse. Be more likely to relinquish your child than you are to keep it in such a bad, environment and circumstance. But let's continue.
It's just right now I'm needing a place to stay. She thinks y'all probably trying to take her away from her.
No, I'm not taking her away from mommy. You want to change her, Tessa? Which one do you want? This one I think is long.
Yeah.
So do you want one of these?
Stop, baby. Please. Please stop.
So Jessica wasn't arrested at that time, and there was so much we didn't see. A few hours later, we see Jessica's baby again, but without her mom. The woman who brought in the 18-month-old told police a horrifying story of how she winded up with Jessica's baby.
We're gonna take her into the classroom here and have her sit.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. We have Catherine coming over as
Catherine's
well.
gonna bring her some clothes and diapers over, but I was gonna wipe her off, but we didn't want to wipe her off in case she had to take pictures of her, because she's,
Okay.
don't cry, sweetie. Because she don't deserve it.
Go in there, and I'll come sit with you.
Well, I'll come sit with you.
All right.
I called DCF to John, and he's gonna be calling me back.
John Cofield?
Yes.
All right, I'll give her a call.
Supervisor.
Thank you.
Like I was right here.
You know what's sick for a stranger like this? And shout out to this woman, right? Shout out to the people who see something like this egregious and they call the police and they try to do the right thing. You know, obviously the police dropped the ball and she's going to explain how, but this woman who doesn't even know this child, who has no connection to it, is, you know, bawling. And her only understanding is that she's a mother too. You know, so how is another mother able to empathize more with your child than you? It's very, very disturbing, but let's continue.
Wherever you feel comfortable.
Find out what happened.
We gave her a
Notice that baby's quiet as a mouse with her too. Is it crying? Is it screaming? No. And I don't know why I'm saying it, but she's not crying. She's not screaming. The baby is obviously finally being taken care of, finally being seen as a child, the vulnerable child that she is. You know, it's very, very sick. So many moms fight for their kids for saving them from danger. You know, it's crazy. You know, so many moms even deal with people, you know, making accusations because of honest mistakes, honest things. And this woman is literally a nightmare. She's the complete opposite. You know, I believe she never had maternal instincts to begin with. But it's sad that people will bring children into the world that they have no business and no desire to care for.
What's this girl's name?
Jessica Woods.
Jessica Woods.
Jessica Woods. Do you know her?
She's a client in my office.
Okay. Thank you so much for doing this. I know that this is way outside of what
I'm a mom for hers.
I understand. So we really appreciate your help. We're going to get on the phone and we're going to take the steps to make sure that nothing like this happens to this child again. So we really appreciate your help, okay?
And just real quickly, just go ahead and tell me what transpired.
First, last night, she came in, I want to say 10 minutes before we was closing, and she had the baby with her. Both of them had no shoes on. The mom.
So,
Her and Jessica walked in, and she asked me could I give her a new Emerald card, because her taxes had dropped, and she left it somewhere or something happened with it. So I got ready to put her stuff in, and I noticed the baby had took her diaper off. And she was like pointing at her private, like it was irritating her or something. So I was like, oh, maybe it's the diaper, you know, kids get irritated or whatever. And she was like, she's not going to do that because I only have one diaper for her. So she put the diaper back on her. And it wouldn't, you know how the sticky side of the diaper, it would.
All right, so first of all, how did your taxes just drop, but you don't have more than one diaper for your child? Now, whether you lost the card or not, how do you have no diapers, no clothes for your child, but your taxes just dropped? Obviously, this woman has a substance abuse issue. She probably got a lot more going on to where her taxes, I mean, this woman obviously works at H&R Block or something like that because she said Emerald card. But obviously this woman has issues. It's not for lack of having resources. Now, I don't know if something went on, quote unquote, between her and this boyfriend or whatever abusive situation she claims to have been running from. But she had money. So there's really no reason for her child to be without.
Stick no more. So she like hit her. And was like, you just stupid. You should have did that. And I was like, what? So I called the police. Then I'm thinking, okay, I'll leave her with the police. They're going to do something about it. She knew one of the officers. His name was DJ. That's what she called him. And I told him, she struck the child, and that, we're concerned at this point because every time she brings this little girl, the little girl barely have clothes on. So he said he was going to deal with it. We left. This morning I came 7 a.m. The mom, Jessica, was laying on the AC unit. And she was in the Dollar General's buggy. And it was drizzling. She was asleep and the baby was in there hollering. So then I said, do you want me to go to the store and get her some stuff and she can sit in here? And she was like, no. Do you have some money? I said, no, ma'am. I have money to get your daughter stuff. And she was like, no, you can just have her. I was like, ma'am. I said, no. I said, do you need help? Like, do you need me to call DCF so they can help you? And she said, no, don't worry about it. And she snatched her daughter out the top part and slammed her in the bottom part. Then she went to Dollar General. And that's, I guess, why they had a police report this morning for Dollar General, her throwing stuff on top of the little girl. And she came back to our job. At this point, she's yelling at the customers in there to give her money. I said, ma'am, you gotta leave. Like, you have to leave now. She said, oh, I'm not leaving. And then took her in the bathroom, and she was hitting her. I don't know why. I don't know what she did or a child can't do anything, but I'm just saying I don't know what the reason was. And she left out of there. When she left out of there, I called the police. I think the man that just came here, I waved him down in traffic. And I said, can you follow me? She's right there. And she literally pushed the buggy in the road and laughed at her, and then hurry up and grab it. And I'm like, is she crazy? So at this point, I'm following her into Dollar General. I told my manager what I was doing, and I see the police officer. They were like, okay, if she's still out the store, we can charge her. And I'm like, all the stuff she done did is, baby, y'all should be charging her for that. So they said it was my word over hers. Okay, she came back.
And that's really frustrating because the police tell people, if you see something, say something, right? And now she wants to say it's her word against the other in terms of a child being abused. Not only that, we watched the police walk up on her. The baby is not covered. She has no diaper on, no shoes. She's basically dressed and she's inappropriate the way the child looks. And nothing is done. They give her clothes, diapers, and shoes and all that, and send her away with the child. I mean, it's obvious that, again, she said that I believe she said that DJ was the name of the officer or whatever who knew her. And that's really dangerous. Like, people cannot bring their biases, whether you knew somebody or not. You don't know who they've become when you meet them again. Obviously, he probably hasn't seen her in a while. Otherwise, why would he let her go with this child looking the way she did? The child literally had nothing on, waist down. How is that? If that's not clearly child abuse, I don't know what is.
I see her walking back towards our job.
So now, this was all last night?
No, this all today.
Okay. Some of this is from today.
Yes. So she walking past the job with some other girl, and
I believe so. I believe a lot of times people are too worried about what they're gonna. Oh, if I take this child from her, we're gonna have to do all this, that. Oh no, I don't want. I believe it. I have witnessed it in real time. I've witnessed people not wanting to do all the paperwork and all the resource gathering that is required when it's found out that a child is abused, and that to me is just sick. Too many people are burnt out working in the field, and so children are left vulnerable in these types of situations. There is no reason that mother should have been able to leave the presence of so many people with a child that looked in disarray the way that child did. Now, obviously, nowadays, YouTube is getting stricter. That's why these body cams sort of block everything out. But before, they used to show everything. They used to show the children looking tore up and unkept and basically no one watching them. Now you said, yep, happens. Yep, 100% happens all the time here in Chicago. Yeah, a lot in the Midwest. I see a lot of stories in the Midwest. We're hearing about Detroit right now. A father talking about a police officer who was trying to coerce his child. I mean, there's a lot of things that go unchecked. You know what I'm saying? Very, very egregious. The mother. Oh, don't even let me get into that one because there's so much going on. But let's continue.
And she said, come here, because I trust you, come here. So I'm like, oh my God. I asked two of my coworkers to walk out with me because I don't know what's in somebody's mind. And as I walked over there, she said, I'll give you, if you give me $500 right now, you can have it. I said, have what? She said, have her. And she put her down in the leaves. And I said, are you serious? At this time, the baby got up and she was getting ready to walk in the road. If you know Krill, it's a busy road. So she get ready, and I grabbed the baby and I picked her up and I said, I'm not giving you no money. She said, well, just have her because it's just too much for me. I said, what is too much for you? I said, do you need help? Again, I'm asking you, do you need help? And she said, no, I don't need help. I just don't want the baby.
It's terrible to imagine selling a baby for $500. But honestly, if it wasn't for this woman who brought in the baby safely, who knows what could have happened.
I said, okay. And I got the baby. I was crying. I walked across the streets. And
Red Wine said, it's a fallen world. The more that I see things, the more that I truly am starting to believe that ish. I used to think that was a Bible fairy tales, but now I'm really truly questioning if we are reaching the pits of hell in terms of humanity. Because this is just crazy. It's so obvious that this is an unfit parent, yet she's able to just waltz past the police and all these people who are supposed to be authority figures when she obviously isn't taking care of this child. It is crazy. Good morning, Lord ADS. All right, guys, let's continue.
I tried to wake her up, and I put her in my car, and I told her she is going to be okay. This should not go on with a child.
We dealt with it this morning. We gave her clothing. We gave her a bag with all kinds of stuff. We called DCF.
Yes.
DCF went on scene, and DCF did their thing, and they left. So right now, he was trying to find her to arrest her.
I've been looking for her since I spoke to you earlier.
So, and
if you see her here, she hit her. It's right here.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Yeah.
She elbowed her last night.
So that was from last night. Now you keep saying her. What is her name? Jessica Woods.
Because we did see a bruise on her buttocks, and we told DCF, but yeah.
That's the one that where you at?
Northstar said it's the human experience, unfortunately. You're definitely right about that, right? I think that when we act like every parent is a good parent and every mother is a good mother, that does leave room for situations like this because people would just never expect it, right? Notice they said we brought her clothes and diapers and all this stuff. Where did that stuff go? Why is the child again unkempt, right? Looking like it doesn't have any things to take care of itself. Where did she put everything? What is she doing throughout the day where she's just not keeping track of the things that her 1-year-old needs? That's a damn near newborn. That is damn near a newborn. It's very sensitive time for a child still. That child needs stability at this time. And this mother is just, I don't know. Are they serious? What happened to sending parents to classes for free to teach them? Exactly. Right, it's part of the process. A lot of the times, the DCF will decide whether they're going to reunify, whether they're going to take custody of the child, or prepare the child for independence. Right, that those paths. And when there's reunification, there's a lot of things that go into the parent as well. At least in the states that I've worked. But it seems like the system isn't across the board is not consistent. I've always said some of the things I see online that I hear about going on in Florida and all these places, I'm thinking in my head, this shit will never fly in Massachusetts. And not saying Massachusetts abuse doesn't happen, but I'm saying like from the way things go here, any instance like that is going to be reported, and they're going to have to follow through. Now, I'm going to say this. I feel like a lot of the time CPS and these other agencies who are supposed to be protecting children, they drop the ball. But there's so many other agencies now that exist, a lot of 501c3s and things that serve children, children especially who are at risk. And those organizations, they're doing great work, but they don't have the resources to catch every case. You know what I'm saying? So imagine if in Massachusetts, the system is much more developed and they catch a lot of cases of abuse, but there's still a lot that's not. Imagine these places where their systems aren't as organized. They're not as meticulous about following through with reports of abuse and things like that. It's very scary to think about what children are going through out there. It definitely does. It's very heartbreaking, Lana. How many people should never be parents? This is so messed up. Yeah, and the sad thing is we don't have the right to decide who becomes a parent. So it's really up to that person to do their best for the child. And when people don't, I'm just wondering, like, why even have a kid? Why not release that child to somebody who'll take care of it, who'll care about it? If you don't want to do it. But for this lady, though, I think there's a little bit more too. I think she uses the child for sympathy, for resources. I mean, she talked about leaving an abusive relationship, which at this point, we don't know if that's even true at all, right? She talks about needing housing, right? And is she this person who just goes on benders and uses this child to be able to get back on her feet and things like that? That those types of cases unfortunately exist. And I hate to say it is part of the human experience. So, the people who speak up like this woman here, they're literally a part of the solution. But there's so much that people are up against, unfortunately. Let's continue.
Like, I don't understand.
Well, we have somebody, a supervisor coming now, and we should be able to take care of it. It will be taken care of right now. But we did make contact with her. Just want to let you know that it's not that we didn't do anything. We did make contact with her.
I knew
and our victim advocate gave
They're making a lot of excuses. And, we did get in contact with her. But you guys still let her go with the child. You still let her go with the child, even though it's clear that she was not meeting those child's needs. That's the part that's very frustrating in this. Good morning, Marcus. Let's continue.
Receiving. I have.
She drunk 3 cups of water. Okay. Because I gave her what I didn't know what she was allergic to, so I didn't give her no juice.
Okay.
But she ate a whole big bowl of oatmeal.
Okay.
And I fed her so because she was starving.
Yeah, I assume because earlier this morning they ate Coley's. They had a free meal at Coley's that someone, bought for them. I had taken them. I mean, you've seen the backpack. I slapped it full with
She was trying to sell it.
Yeah. So I put stuff in there, and I even have another sippy cup and stuff. I need to just see. I know she said she's 18 months old, so I need to go out there and get another outfit for her. I will change her up. I will even wash her if I need to, because we have a shower here. Because it's probably going to be a fee for DCF to come out here.
So will DCF let me take her home?
Probably not, but I don't know if you want to wait here the entire time. I can call John, which is the DCF supervisor.
I just don't want her to have to go through those systems.
Oh, absolutely not. There might be a way he might have to come out and look at your house, or he might. I don't know if you want to stay here. I don't know how long.
That's so beautiful, because a lot of people are not willing to do that, right? A lot of people are not willing to do that, but whatever condition she must have found that child in must have been incredibly heartbreaking for her to say, I will take the child in, right? I will take the child in. I will make sure that this child's cared for. And she knows, believe me, her saying that she understands DCF will have to do a full check of her house. They'll have to run background checks on her, anybody living in the house, all that. She knows that. And it's a blessing that there are people out here who care enough like this, because otherwise these children, what condition would this child be in if she never called the police? Red One said Massachusetts is very liberal. Hey, if liberal is why children are being taken care of, taken out of abusive and harmful situations, then it is what it is. Those type of parents need to be arrested for real. Poor baby kids need to be with safe people. And this mother is not anything safe. They found her on 2 occasions looking a hot mess. A hot mess, mind you. And not just herself, the child is also not cared for. Okay, let's say a woman looks unkempt or whatever, but her child has everything she needs. I've seen that. And I don't judge people because I understand getting yourself and a child together is difficult. But at least take care of your child if you're going to claim to, you're going to be that child's parent, be present in their life. It's very tragic for these kids, what they have to witness, what they have to deal with, because somebody is too immature to admit that they're not capable of parenting.
How long it is, I've been out on a call for 7 hours waiting for DCF. So we can work something out, we'll figure something out.
Now, they was willing to give her the money. They was like, whatever it takes for her to get away.
Yeah.
I was like, no, we're not enabling her.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I was like, we're not enabling her, and we're not breaking the law for her either. I know your hands are tied this morning. I wasn't mad. I can't see how people do it.
No, I have, since I talked to you, I've been trying to find a reason to arrest her. So I was just looking for her right before you showed up here. She stole from the dollar store, and I went to go arrest her. And I talked to the dollar store ladies, and they said, I asked them, I said, does she have a baby with her? And they said no. And that's where I was like, eh. And they said she was mumbling on something about she gave the baby to her sister for the weekend. And I was like, no, because when we spoke to her earlier, she said she didn't have anyone.
Exactly.
So it already shot up red flags, and then not even 10 minutes later, I was doing something in my car, and they called and said you were here with her. I was like, oh.
Jessica's baby was ultimately turned over to the Department of Children and Families.
If y'all can get my number, I'll come right in.
Okay, no, that's fine. Did we get her number?
Yes, it's right here.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll take her back there, we're just gonna clean her, take pictures, and make sure she's good, and then DCF will be here.
They were out there when she was trying to steal away.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fluff.
I did want to say that I changed her whenever I first got her. It was beyond soil, like
I'm sure, because the last one that gave her a diaper was me at 10:30 this morning.
You're just.
So yeah.
I just wanted to let you know.
No, I appreciate it. I just brought all this other stuff.
But like, is that not indicative of child neglect? And look, a pregnant woman is there helping. If she can't even keep track of diapers that they're giving her, it's clear. It's clear what's going on with her. I don't understand how they're acting like their hands were tied to arrest her. This is the part that is just wigging me out. I really don't get it.
Card that she ran up on. Give me a couple of $1,000.
Yeah, that's all in my statement.
Okay.
Yeah, you can keep that, yeah.
Let me see. That one I'm gonna give you this, and then I'll carry it.
Can you carry her, or you want me to carry her?
Sure. I'm good. Okay.
I promise.
Don't hurt
I'm
nobody.
good. You're good, I promise.
I was gonna say, I can carry her for you.
Come on, Jane. And I went in her
I'm sorry. Okay.
Come here, baby. Come here. Hey, come here.
No, put her name.
Hey, sweetheart.
You can give the other stuff like up on her right one.
We took the blanket.
Just put her name in.
We'll be right back with it.
The story obviously doesn't end there. 2 days later, police found Jessica and got her side.
Do you understand these rights?
Yes, I do.
Do you waive these rights, and are you willing to talk to me?
Yes. If there's a possibility of these charges being dropped, yes. If I can clear that up, yes. This is bogus. It's false.
Given what allegedly happened, it's hard for her to explain this away.
Do you have children?
Yes.
Okay, how many children do you have?
I have 2.
You have 2.
Yes.
What are those children's names?
One passed away, and one you guys have, my daughter.
What's your daughter's name?
Giovanna Chantel Woods.
Oh my Lord.
How old is Giovanna?
Giovanna's 18 months old. She's my world, and I'm hers.
Okay. Where is Giovanna?
Giovanna was supposed to be returned to me last night by 6 p.m. I got called by the police and told me the DCF got involved. I went and filed my taxes at H&R Block. While I was there, one of the members of my church filed my taxes for me. She asked me if she could keep my daughter overnight. She said she wanted to buy her some clothes. She know I just got out of an abusive marriage and I'm trying to get back on my feet. I just got a stable place to stay. We exchanged numbers. I told her I had to have her back by 6 p.m. She could only stay one night. She wanted to keep her for a week. I told her, no way. I have 5 witnesses to this. Okay, the next thing I know, I got served with an order that was stating that I am not a...
And she's a liar, right? She's a complete liar. Now, maybe someone from her church did do her taxes from H&R Block, sure. But that does not mean that that person agreed to take her child. The person who took the child was another employee. And she mentioned nothing about going to church with her. I don't know if she did. But she mentioned nothing about going to church with her. She basically said that the lady was trying to offload the child, give her away, get money for her. She's a total liar. They will look into giving the child to someone who wants her, but not the own mother. She's clearly on drugs and a liar at that. Exactly. And I don't think she deserves to have any child. Talking about, oh, she asked to keep my child. You're over here stealing and acting a fool, selling things to get drugs. You're not concerned about that child, so why even try and get her back? Because she can likely use the child for sympathy. There are many parents who do this type of thing. I bet they offer to pay, and she's like, they did my taxes. Exactly. And she came, but notice the lady said that she came there looking for a replacement card. But I bet you she was so high and out of it, she didn't even remember. She didn't even remember why she went there.
Allowed to go to H&R Block. And any attempts that I made to contact her, I could not reach her. So when I called the DCF caseworker yesterday, he told me that he was supposed to meet me with my daughter, that for some reason he had her, which I'm not even understanding why, because the H&R Block employee, the one I go to church with, Giovanna, was supposed to be staying the night with her, one night.
Okay, and what's the worker that you go to church with? What's her name?
Her name's Crystal. I don't know what her legal name. I can pull out everything in my phone. I know I thought she was a good lady. Apparently, her and my sister are working together. She's the black girl with the pink hair.
And you don't know Crystal's last name?
To be honest with you, I'm having an anxiety attack. My child just got taken from me, and I'm a nurse, and I could be losing everything.
So how long have you known Crystal?
I've known her on and off for like 10 years.
Okay.
Like I said, she asked me several times. I told her multiple times, no, I don't like my child to go anywhere. She repeatedly asked me, she said, I can help you with it.
Yet you let her pressure you into taking your child. This woman is full of it. And she's shaped like freaking putty. This is just ridiculous.
Clothing, I can help you get diapers. Please let me help you. One of my friends was there. Her name's Kimberly McLeod. She said, Jay, just get the help. You need it right now. I said, one night, only one night. And when she didn't return my call, I told her that I was going to call the police and report my daughter missing if she didn't produce my child.
And so what day did all this transpire?
She was supposed to be returned to me yesterday by 6 p.m. So the day before.
Yet she didn't call the police. She didn't go to anybody. She actually didn't do anything until they picked her up on a warrant.
Okay, so the day before yesterday, you gave
her permission to keep Gigi overnight until 6 p.m. the next day. That was to allow her to go shopping and get some clothes and stuff because she could use them. And I need the help right now. I'm just getting back on my feet. I just got out of an abusive marriage. I didn't want to even let my daughter go, and I should have followed my first mind.
The thing that people don't understand is you can't just say, I'm having an anxiety attack. When people are dealing with anxiety, yes, it might not outwardly always show, right? But there are actual physical symptoms that are happening within that person that I think would be evident, especially if it's in the form of like a panic attack or like some sudden anxiety attack. It wouldn't just completely be looking normal. Why would you say only one night? Like they asked to keep your kid multiple nights. Who does that? She's also acting like this lady pressured her into taking her child. So somebody pressures you to take your child and you just give it up? She's kind of keeping up with her lies. Yeah, she's trying to. She's certainly trying to.
Her information in my phone, if I could look at it and give it to you. I didn't just give my child to somebody. She actually walked across the street to the house I was at and knocked on the door and asked this after I filed my taxes. Then I got a report that I was banned. So more than 5 times she asked me to keep my child.
This is clearly a different story than the one that was told a few days ago, and detectives aren't buying what Jessica is saying.
Do you remember having a conversation where you asked this lady, supposedly Crystal with H&R Block, for money?
I never asked her for money. Why would I? I could give an advance on my taxes if I needed.
So you never asked this worker or made any statements?
No, I went there.
The thing that's really silly about what she's doing is that it can be verified whether or not she was actually there to pick up an Emerald card. Because notice the woman said that she had said her taxes dropped or whatever, but she lost her Emerald card and she needed a replacement. That can be verified. So why she would lie about that, I don't understand. You know, obviously they're going to check out this woman's story and make sure everything adds up. But if this woman took your child and didn't give her back, why did they have to arrest you in order for something to be said about this? Yeah, you can't breathe, your chest gets tight, you feel dizzy, you start shaking in some way or another. Some people start to get hot, they start to sweat. I've seen sweaty faces, sweaty palms is another one.
Card, and they were supposed to print me out one and they didn't. So I was a little upset they didn't give me a new card. They mailed it, but I never asked anybody for money. I have income tax. Why would I?
Okay. And you said you don't know Crystal's last name?
I have everything in my phone. Like I have not slept. I have not ate. I'm physically ill without my child.
Okay.
I secured housing for my baby so that she had a safe environment. I did everything I thought I was supposed to do, and I don't even know how this happened.
So, I mean, do you normally just...
She's definitely a chronic liar. You can tell. I mean, she's in here because the police brought her, and she acts like, hey, you know, this lady took my child. She actually stole from me. And you're leaving your child with someone that you don't even know their last name, that you supposedly have known for 10 years? It's disturbing.
I've never let my child stay out overnight, ever. Ever. This is the first time she stayed away from me. My daughter is my world. She's all I got, and I'm all she has. My sister is also friends with this Crystal, and my sister wants my child. And I can show you statements where she said that I need to go ahead and die from my lupus so she can get my Social Security check from my daughter.
Now, what's your sister's name?
Her name's Amanda Donahue. All this was a plot. That's what I was trying to tell you. My sister called me yesterday at 3 p.m.
Your sister made you rob Family Dollar as well? Did your sister make you do that? Because, you know, these narcissistic people, right? Because that's exactly what she is. They're never accountable for anything. It's always somebody else's fault, right? Somebody made them do it. Somebody made them go through a tough time. Somebody made them suffer or not keep up with their responsibilities. You know, the fact that she's literally blaming her sister is ridiculous. It's not Smitty says the guy on the right. He's literally like, this lady's full of shit. She is full of horse donkey shit. Yeah. Now, let's take UA right now. Can you pass that? Yeah, something definitely doesn't add up. You know, her story doesn't make any sense. And if it's true, why is she waiting until she gets arrested to tell this story?
And told me that I was going to be going to jail. And I said, well, why would I go to jail? And she was like, oh, you'll find out. And she hung up in my face. I had no idea none of this was going on.
So you had no idea where your daughter was?
She was supposed to be in St. Augustine at the outlet getting new clothes and stuff. That's the only reason I allowed her to go. Was because she asked me, she was like, Sister Woods, does Gigi have godmama? Can you let me be her godmama? I want to go get this little girl some clothes. I don't let people get my kids. She gave me her phone number, her home address, everything I had in my phone. I called her. I did not get a return call. Whenever I got the ban from H&R Block, I sent a message and I let her know that if my child was not produced by 6 p.m. as agreed, that I would be calling the police and reporting her missing.
So did you call the police?
You guys had already issued a warrant for me. I was supposed to meet
you
with
did not call the police. Good question, detective. She did not call the police. She did not call the police. Because that's not real. That story was not real. She's a liar and a narcissist. And she actually believed that they were going to fall for her dumbass story. Yep, she got a whole Rolodex of lies. Listen, she got them locked and loaded. She's ready. As soon as they tell her something, lie, 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 lie. Complete lies. Trying to besmirch the character of this woman, trying to besmirch the character of her sister. Could it be because those people would only have negative things to say about her? I don't know. Let's continue.
Workers this morning at 9 a.m. to bring me my daughter.
But you're saying that your child was supposed to be returned to you at 6 p.m. last night.
And when I called DCF.
So why did you not contact police last night?
Because DCF contacted me and told me they already had my daughter and that they were bringing her to me at 9 a.m.
So DCF contacted you yesterday?
Yes, I have all that in my phone. I needed the help. I've been going through DCF to try to get housing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, I could use the help with the clothes and stuff. I never asked her for money. Never.
Okay.
But like I said.
You don't remember having a conversation about trying to sell Giovanna?
What?
I'm just
no.
Asking.
No.
Okay.
I would never sell my child.
Okay.
No. I can't even believe that was even stated. My child is my life. If I lost her, I would kill myself. I can't live without my baby.
But yet you didn't call police last night.
I called DCF, who told, I thought y'all were together.
You know, I'm going to say this, Anthony. Addiction is real. It is heartbreaking, right? But children are not collateral, and they should not be collateral damage to somebody's addiction. That is not an excuse for a person to continuously make irresponsible decisions that are putting a child's life in danger, right? Because her walking around with the child with no diaper on, I mean, besides the health risks, she's in danger. The mom's high, the mom's drunk, whatever she's on, she's in danger and vulnerable. So, I mean, at this point, I'm not worried. She needs to go get treatment for the addiction and leave that child to somebody who can care for it. It's really not about her addiction at this point. It's about what's happening to that child. Good morning, Front Porch. What is going on? Good morning, Beth. How you guys doing? Thanks for joining me today. Please hit the like button, share, subscribe, all that. I would appreciate it. You know, so it's difficult for me to have a conversation about addiction when a child's being abused. Go and get treatment. and leave that child to somebody who can care for it. Otherwise, I don't want to hear this conversation about somebody, their situation being tough. It has more to do with addiction. Okay, so go get treatment. It doesn't give you the right to abuse or harm your child, put your child in a bad situation.
I mean, DCF is its own entity.
I had
Do you remember who you spoke to? At
I have
DCF?
it all in my phone, yes. Can I have my phone so I can show you this?
Well, I don't have your phone. Okay.
The other officer does.
Yeah.
I
So,
think
but
his name,
you don't remember the
it was
name?
a male. It was a male. I wrote all his information down. I have lupus. I have a brain tumor. I have a hard time remembering names.
Okay.
But I was told that DCF already had my daughter and that they were bringing her to me at 9 a.m. So I did not think that I had to call the police if she was in DCF's custody.
And that was this morning?
That was last night. Are y'all gonna let me go?
No, man. No, there is a warrant for your arrest.
And the officer made do on his promise. Jessica was arrested and charged with child neglect and cruelty towards children. She was held in the Putnam County Jail on more than a $250,000 bond. Online records show Jessica Woods was released from jail because she ended up going to prison. But it's unclear how long her sentence is. Previously, she was ordered to have no contact with her daughter until she was permitted to by a court order. As for her baby, who should almost be around 3 years old now, she was put in foster care.
You know, it's so sad, because now the child becomes the child is now at the mercy of the system because her mother couldn't get it together. Very unfortunate. So anyways, hey, No Chaser, what's going on? Somebody's in here with the Bible. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all have that. And we're gonna move on to the next story, all right? That one was very, very heartbreaking. The next one is it might make your stomach turn a little bit, okay? This man was found to be doing something very, very egregious, right? A woman was discovered in his home having been hurt. All right, let's get into this one. Make sure you guys like the stream for me, subscribe, share, all that. That will be so appreciated. All right, let's get into it.
A woman found beaten and stuffed into a plastic container, barely alive. And when police confronted the man accused of putting her there, he said this.
She was gonna be dead. She would have been dead in the lake by now. Y'all would have never found her. Real spill. I had more than enough time to do it.
Is that a denial or a confession? I'll take you inside the horrifying discovery under his porch.
Let me just say, those dimwits always think by putting up that type of scenario. Would I do that? Why would I hurt my child? Why would I? Okay, we understand, right, that some of you guys are sick in the head. But asking us, why would you hurt your child? Why would you do this? Why would you do that? It's not really helping your case, right? You tell us why the hell you would do that. Let's continue.
Desperate cries that led police there and the disturbing evidence in this case. For Law and Crime News, I'm Kennedy Walker. This case takes us to Cleveland, Ohio, where in May 2023, Delonte Edmond Geiger was arrested for kidnapping and holding a 60-year-old woman against her will. But what police say he did to her before they arrived, nearly unthinkable. In this video, which has been blurred due to its graphic nature, police uncover a woman severely beaten, stabbed, and trapped inside a plastic container, fighting for her life. But against all odds, she survived. And yet, when police confronted the man accused and later convicted of this attack, he did not deny it. Instead, he said this.
Long story short, I wanted to kill her. She would have been dead. So facts. Punched on her, slapped on her, tell her punched on her, slapped on her, punched on her, slapped on her, punched on her, slapped on her, moved her from the basement to another room.
Not only that, he even blamed police for not finding her sooner.
Tell the police officers to do a better job when something coming up like this. Facts. Tell them to search everything. Okay? Please do that for me. Because people, lives are serious. And like, they did that, like, what? I had that 24 hours before like they actually got her. That's not cool.
That's a demon. This is a demon. I don't know what else to call this creature. And I'm calling him a creature because of his lack of humanity. This is a demon. To be that out of touch that you're talking about what the police not finding her fast enough, etc. Excuse me, doofus. You did it in your house. No one knew you did it. This guy is a complete sicko, but let's continue.
At all. You got the sergeant out there searching, the senior officer out there searching, y'all missed everything.
What Delonte is referring to is the first time police went to his home and did not find anything. Hours before he was arrested, police say they received a complaint that Delonte was holding someone against their will in the basement. When police arrived, Delonte, dressed in a red ski mask and tracksuit, immediately denied their allegations.
There ain't nobody tied up in the basement. Can we look? No, but why not? Because I say so.
Is someone tied up down there?
No.
What's your name, buddy?
I can't tell you that, bro.
What do you mean you can't tell me that? Is this your truck?
My dump truck, that's my company truck. That's
okay.
There's nothing going on with
it. Is it in your name?
No.
Then why don't you want to tell us who you are?
I'm trying to tell you I'm a confidential informant. That's all I have to say. You guys are bugging right now. You guys are
No, that's not all you have to say. Who told you that?
I can't say nothing else. Please.
Well, if there's someone down in the basement, we
there's
have a problem.
nobody in the basement. I just like.
So
really,
why can't I look?
Why do
because all that stuff that went on in the past with those 3 girls, man, we got to take this seriously and look into it.
3 girls.
The Gina, the Jesus.
I don't know them.
All that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
if we don't take this seriously, there's something going on.
I'm about to give you my social security number.
Oh yeah.
He was gaslighting the hell out of these police officers. Right? Coming out there laughing, like, why would I do that? So I'm like, when people ask these questions, bro, why would you? You tell me. Why would you do that? Right? Why do people hear someone screaming in your basement? Why are you hiding a woman in a plastic container? Why? That's the main question here right now. And he's gonna ask them, why would I do that? You tell them, your crazy ass. I mean, it's obvious now that he's mentally ill. Obviously, the police officers gave him the benefit of the doubt, and they shouldn't have. Now, I know they searched, but obviously not thoroughly enough. Because how did they walk through that house and they don't find her? I don't know. It's very sad.
We're not going in.
Luckily, she, survived, but still, like, the fact that she was there, she was probably, feeling like her life was over when she heard the police walking through and they didn't find her.
Yeah, he's trying to do that. Tell him please not to do that. Do what?
Not going in your house.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
Sergeant, please tell him not to do that.
He's not going.
Okay, I'm going to give you my social security number. All right. I want you to run it. Okay? Come up clean.
Your current address lists back to here?
Listen, sir.
I'm just asking.
I can give you 3 IEN numbers. I am a business owner. I know you can. I know you can.
Right if you're online.
You know what I'm saying? It's red carpet detailing.
So has anyone been over here recently that was upset? Or is there someone that's upset with you?
I don't give a no, bro.
That would be making some stuff.
I don't give a what's going on. I don't care what they got to say. I am a confidential informant. You guys have been here for too long. Please leave. Look at my address. Look at my name. And we and take from there.
I'm gonna plug it in real quick.
Please.
Truck out. We'll stand up.
The truck is in my fiance's name. The truck is gonna pop up as Corianne Atkins. That's my girlfriend. She has nothing going on.
Some lady got evicted. She kept coming back to grab property out of the back. Granite's coming back.
God, man, y'all making me so hot.
How long have you been working on it?
But it don't matter. I am a confidential informant. Y'all have to leave. You guys have to walk down the street and do your investigation. I'm trying to get tripping. I've been dead. Do you understand me, dog?
Their interaction quickly escalated. Delonte refused to cooperate. They wanted to know his name, and he wouldn't tell them. They wanted to search his basement, and he wouldn't.
Oh boy, hold on, y'all. Is this skipping for you guys? Because it's appearing from my phone that you guys are getting a poor quality video. It appears to have slowed down. Let me know what the quality of the video is right now, y'all, please. Because I don't know why it's doing that. Let me stop sharing and I'm going to refresh the screen of the stream really quickly. Okay, 4 minutes and 53 seconds. It is skipping, right? Yeah. Okay, let me, sorry guys, I don't know why it's doing that. It was just showing fine on my computer, but maybe it needs to be refreshed. And no one else is using. Okay, hold on, y'all. Okay, let's try this. Let's try again. Sorry, guys. I always want to make sure the audio was fine for me. I wasn't looking at the video. Yeah, I noticed the audio seemed to be okay. It wasn't skipping, at least, but the video was skipping from what I could see on my screen watching you guys in the chat. All right, let's try this again, y'all. It appears to have gotten a little better.
On the street and do your investigation. No, we're dead. I'm trying to get. I'm being dead. Do you understand me, bro?
Their interaction quickly escalated. Delonte refused to cooperate. They wanted to know his name, and he wouldn't tell them. They wanted to search his basement, and he wouldn't let them. Then Delonte claimed to be a confidential informant, telling officers that he worked for the department. He even gave them his social security number to run a background check, but insists the check must be done far from his home, raising a red flag for the officers.
I'm a confidential.
Will you listen? Can you listen for 2 seconds? Listen, even if we run you, I don't know what you look like.
You tripping, bro?
I don't know what you look like.
Man, you tripping? Everybody know my house.
Sir, what's the first thing you said to me when I knocked on the door? What's the first thing you said to me when I knocked on the door?
What do you want?
No.
What was the first thing I said to you?
You said you're making my place hot.
Exactly.
So you don't find that weird?
No.
Most people just say hello or how you doing or
Listen,
what's
I'm
going on.
honest with you. I'm telling you everything my detective told me to tell you all.
Who's the detective?
And I can't give you that. Leave and go do your homework.
Don't call me names.
I'm sorry, sir.
That's not nice.
I'm sorry.
There's no reason you need to be disrespectful to me because I was nice to you the whole time.
Sir,
Don't.
I deeply apologize. But
All right.
I'm worked up.
But honest to God, we can make all this go. We can make all this go away.
My life is on the line.
We can make this all go away. We can make this all go away.
Detective Smith, please go.
Which Smith?
Detective Smith.
The one in
Second District. Okay, that's how you know.
So, okay, well, I guarantee.
His phone number's right here.
No, listen, we'll call him. Listen, we'll
call
him.
Don't.
Well, why would I
call
call him? Will you stop talking for a moment?
This is Law and Crime Legal Alert. Recent allegations against the multi people where they attacked a line, and Ben has a change of heart and shares the officer's name he says he was working for and begged police to leave, warning them that his life could be in danger.
My life is on the line.
Who's on the line? All you had to do was talk to us. You're the one who came outside.
Y'all don't know what's going on, baby boy. That's all I'm saying.
Listen,
I got
once
drug
again,
dealers and everything and drive past it. I got 5 cars out here. I'm trying to tell you, I work for you guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Then this guy would be calling us.
Who, Detective Smith?
A confidential informant. A confidential informant does not work for the police. Okay, you do not work for the police. You are assisting the police. Working for them is a stretch. Let's continue.
You hear you? I'm about to call him and tell him to get all these cars from away from the house.
He's not really in charge of us.
Man, I know he ain't, but I'm trying to tell you, I'm working with y'all, bro.
All right,
Look,
but are you working right this second?
right now. I work for you guys for the rest of my life. What are you talking about, bro? Look.
Listen, I believe you. I believe you.
You're trying to get me killed.
No,
That's
I'm
why
not.
I'm tripping out.
Because
my life is on the line.
Just relax.
Look.
Just relax, guy.
Look.
All right, I know who he is.
Dad,
All right.
I'm being dead.
I'm telling you right now.
And I'm telling you right now, I've been talking to him all right now. I'm telling you right now, I gotta give him 10 guns on Thursday.
I don't know anything about that.
Look, this.
Why is he spilling his guts like this? If this is true, right? Either this man is completely delusional and he's psychotic, right? Or this is true. And why would he be spilling his guts like this? He knows police have body cams. It's not like the body cam is a puny little thing. It's a pretty big thing that you can see. 5 Blind Leon said, "Oh, he is snitch, huh?" Apparently. Now we know that he was involved in something much more sinister than just being a snitch on a gang or whatever. He had a woman tied up or whatever in his house and had been torturing her. So, anyways, let's continue.
I talk to him all day long.
I don't have my glasses, guys.
I don't. We working, bro. I got 10 guns with me. Max silence, 2 Glocks, 2 Joints, AR-15. Don't even get out of here before y'all blow this up. For real. That's all I have to say.
Okay, we wouldn't be here also.
I understand that, but I already told y'all everything is cool and I'm working with you guys.
All right, but we still have to do
Guys,
we still have to follow up.
Before I'm dead, before the end of the day.
Well, my sergeant asked you before. Can we just look in the basement and we'll be on our way?
No, you guys cannot come in my house.
All right, well.
No, I'm not letting you guys in my house. I'm sorry.
All right.
No, dude.
All right.
You're about to get me killed out this.
But why are you acting this way?
How you understand why I'm acting this way, dude? No.
I
really don't, because it's
I
like
have 5 cops out here. Bro.
All right, but
and
you
I'm
only
a
had
confidential informant, and
you only had.
He took the whole ski mask down. Like, why would he be right in front of the body cam? Like, it's clear that you're being recorded. He's ridiculous, But considering what he did to this woman, they're probably gonna protect him in prison so that he can serve his full sentence. Yeah, definitely some Buster stuff though. 5 Line. I haven't heard Buster in a long time, so that tickled me. But let's continue.
Had 2, and you didn't even have to tell us that. You could have just talked to us like a normal person, and we wouldn't have known, and we'd have just walked away. But you're out here screaming it to the whole neighborhood. We have not said anything
when
about
I
what
came out
you
here,
do.
I told you I was working for you guys. I asked you to turn the cameras off because I'm a confidential informant.
But right now you're not.
Dude, I'm on the clock all day, every day.
No, that's not really how that works.
I'm trying to tell you, all right?
All right.
I swear to God, bro, I'm sorry for overreacting, but God, I just started working for you guys, so like this here.
Well, why would somebody, okay, then tell us this.
I don't know
why would somebody call and give this specific address and even say the one with the red door? Doesn't that sound weird? Now, if we go away and something happened, now we're all in trouble.
I understand that. I understand where you're coming from. People.
And what do you think, what would Detective Smith tell you right now?
To be cool, calm, and collected, and let them know what's going on, and hope that they leave and they tell you.
I know, but
tell
him the whole story about everything else that happened.
I'm gonna tell him, bro. I'm 100% honest with you.
But tell him why we're here.
Yeah, tell him why we're here.
My life and freedom is on the
So,
line.
you won't tell him why we're here?
I'm gonna tell him. You want me to call him right now? You think I'm a bull with you?
Listen.
You think I'm a bull? You want me to call him right now and tell him what's going on?
Right now, we're just trying to figure out what's going on, sir.
There's
you're the
nothing
one,
going
you're
on.
acting a little...
What's going on is you guys had a crackhead Oscar play.
All right.
Okay?
Well, that's an answer.
That's it.
Well, then we still have to follow up on it.
There's nothing going on, sir.
All right, but do you understand our point?
I understand your point. You're actually...
If we just walk away and somebody actually is there, what are we going to do?
Well, that's what you guys are going to have to do because I'm not letting you inside.
So, you see where the problem lies?
No, there is no problem.
We don't just write, he said it's cool, and we leave.
Well, that's how it goes because if I don't...
No, that's not...
So how you... What do you mean?
So they're not going to let us go.
Bro, listen.
So either today, tomorrow, the next day, in the next 5 minutes, you're going to continuously have these problems. And if we have to tell Detective Smith and say, hey, do you think this guy would have a girl tied up in his basement?
He's going to say no.
Is he?
100%. But I just
He's willing to risk his career for all that?
You think I'm bored? Oh my gosh, you're going to take a crackhead's word over Detective Smith's word, right?
I haven't spoken to Detective Smith.
Well, you're going to talk to him. He's going to let you know what's going on. I was down there for an hour with him yesterday.
Okay.
I just left my probation officer.
But why would somebody say
crackheads?
But why would a crackhead say that about
you? They're crackheads. Probably because they want more crack, bro.
Do you have crack?
No, I'm not going to. Why would I say that? Why would you ask me that on camera?
I don't know.
You do that to me. I know I don't have no crack.
It's my job. But why would the crackhead be here then?
This man is wild.
I'm not wild. I'm just asking questions.
What does that convey? This officer was paying attention to the academy. He said, well, why would a crackhead be here? That is a good fucking question, right? Why would a crackhead be at your door? Right? Why would a crackhead be vindictive towards you? Perhaps you ran out of crack. That's the only explanation for this. There is no Detective Smith. Paula, this officer actually said he knows that detective, so I don't know if he was just playing into it, but he's obviously not leaving. He's still going to follow through with this at the very least. So this man is ridiculous. Let's continue.
though. The confidential informant usually has the.
That officer Loki is cracking up because he's like, this guy's an idiot. He's literally telling on himself on camera. And now he's saying he's mad about why wouldn't you turn your body cameras off? You still spilled your guts regardless of the fact you knew you were on camera.
Policeman or officer or detective with them when they're working. That's kind of how that works.
I understand what you're saying, but what I am saying.
And then most confidential informants don't come screaming out the back door. I'm a confidential informant, do they?
No, listen, but what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you guys know this. I want you guys to know what's going on in the back door. Okay, this is what happened. This is what's going on.
Okay.
Okay, listen. I'm not doing nothing illegal, but I work for you guys.
That's what you said for the last 10, 15 minutes.
There's nothing going on. Please do your please do your homework and research.
I have no homework and I have no research.
Call Detective Smith.
And what's he going to tell me?
He's going to tell you that I am valid and everything is okay.
Despite Delante's pleas, officers kept pressing him, asking about the disturbing call they had received, claiming he was holding a woman captive in his basement.
But is he going to tell me that there's not a girl tied up in your basement?
Of course, because she's never been in.
Is he going to be for sure?
Yes.
How do I know?
So how does he know?
Yeah, how does he know?
He said he's never been here. How does he know there's not a girl tied up?
Well, so I guess you guys are going to take crackhead's word off the mouth. Nobody knows.
Listen, we're standing here. If we were just going to do what we we're going to do, we wouldn't be standing here.
I understand that, sir. What I really need to do is just take my word. There's nobody in my.
That's not how it works.
I understand how it works.
That's not how
it works. Because you're saying you want us to do that, but that isn't.
I understand.
That's not how it works.
You guys want it to work the way you want.
He wants them to take the word of a snitch. Right, because if you're a confidential informant, that's essentially what you're doing. You're snitching on an organization or somebody who is of more interest to the police, not a petty rat. There are some confidential informants who have been let out of prison for things such as red rum, pew-pews, but those are big-time rats that give police info on big cases, but he's probably trying to get away with crimes it ain't happening. Yeah, he's probably trying to. He said my freedom and then whatever is on the line. So he's obviously was trying to do it in exchange for some level of freedom, but he's psychotic. I mean, he's psychotic. He's manic. He probably has a schizo type disorder. You know, he has this weird speech pattern. So Medical Dillard says snitches get stitches. Hood No Good said his black behind should take that mask off and act like a human. I agree with you. Hood No Good. You know, he looks a fool, but it is what it is. Let's continue.
No. We're telling you the law. All right. If we wanted it to work the way we wanted it to work, we'd already be in there. We'd have probably looked in the basement and you'd be in the car. So, but we're not. We're actually taking the time to figure out what you're doing. All right.
I'm trying to.
And we're trying to protect you because somebody made a false claim about you. Then
yeah, that's what it is. That's all it is.
But here we are,
and
right?
I know I overreacted.
Yes, you did.
But like I just say, I'm on probation. I got jammed up by Detective Sims not too long ago. You feel me? And this is the first time. This is the first time somebody's made a complaint. This is the first time 5 cops pulled up on my house while I was working with him. Okay, so like this is the first time. I'm overreacting. I'm sorry, hands in my pants. I know I'm overreacting, bro.
I know. Well, how goes my sergeant? He's got some.
I know I'm overreacting. I deeply apologize about that. Like I said, I was.
But do you understand our point?
Listen, I totally understand. I totally understand. I swear to God I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna bull you guys. I was with him yesterday at from 5 to 6:30. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get off probation and out of Cleveland. There's gonna be people talking about me for the boom. He jammed me up, breaking the law. So yeah, people are gonna be mad.
Well, we aren't here. We're not here to jam you up. We're just trying to make sure somebody's safe.
Everybody's safe. I can guarantee you that.
All right. So usually when we find when people don't want us to do certain things.
No, it ain't about that.
But then that makes us have to linger.
Hey, y'all gonna linger. Y'all gonna linger. I didn't have to come to the door, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have to.
You didn't.
I didn't have to come outside.
You didn't.
You know, so I could let you know. But I'm an honest man.
All right.
I want to let you guys know what's going on.
You have to understand, though. We would have just knocked and left and said nothing.
But y'all would have been knocking for.
No. Somebody else would have showed up, or somebody more policemen would have come.
After more than 30 minutes, police finally get inside, but only after Delonte requests a lighter.
Anybody got a lighter? I smoke. My nerves my nerves are really bad. Let's get out of the rain.
The footage goes dark as they search, but no one is found. And with no evidence, the officers have no choice but to leave. Here's what they didn't know at the time. Delonte had actually moved the victim to another room in his home, trying to keep her hidden from the police. Later that evening, police talked to a woman who knew the area. She told them she was aware Delonte had assaulted a woman and was keeping her locked up in his basement. She even claimed that she had seen photos of the assault. They've blurred her face in this video, but take a listen to what she had to say.
He stabbed her in the right arm and he beat her so bad she couldn't open her eyes. But Kelly said he kept feeding her crack to keep her alive, and he beat her for 3 hours and then murdered her.
Now it's clear the investigation is far from over. With this new information, police had a solid reason to go back to Delonte's home, and they do, just in time. Listen to the moment police discover something crucial that changes everything.
There's some blood right here. There's some blood, like dried blood.
And then finally,
police.
You know, it must have not been her time, you know, for her to survive that, for her to survive such an egregious situation. I think something was holding on to her. Something was like, honey, no, it's not your time. I truly believe that. Because for all intents and purposes, she would have likely been deceased, like a lot of people who end up in these situations.
All right. Yeah, I heard him sliding something under there when he went from the front to the back. Where you at? Where you at, man?
As the muffled sounds grow louder, police finally find her. A 60-year-old woman found stuffed and folded into a small black container. EMS rushed to the scene. The video was blurred, but the woman was quickly taken to safety. Delonte was arrested and taken into custody. Investigators speak with Delonte for about 45 minutes, and he gives his side of the story, admitting he provided drugs to the victim, and despite his initial claims to police, he was holding her against her will.
She's always at my house smoking. Okay. So I take care of everybody on the streets, all the fiends.
Delonte claims the victim was trying to expose him for being a confidential informant, and he believes he had to teach her a lesson, but said he was not going to kill her.
I felt like I was going to die if I didn't hold her for like 2 days and tell her, like, let her know what was going on. Go kill her. If I would have been dead. Long story short, if I wanted to kill her, she would have been dead.
So
facts.
So you're questioning her about it. She keeps lying, denying
Yeah.
everything.
I beat her up, I fed her, showered her, to all type of weird shit, make sure she ate. But I just could not let her go back on the streets and tell everybody that I was working for y'all.
He then casually describes the abuse he inflicted upon the 60-year-old woman.
Like you said, punched on her, slapped on her, told her to punched on her, slapped on her, punched on her, slapped on her, punched on her, slapped on her, moved her from the basement to another room, fed her, showered her, gave her some water, put a blanket over her. I'm just telling you the truth, really.
No, that's fine.
Was I no.
Okay.
Was that what you about to ask me?
No,
I was about to ask me.
No, like, were you giving her drugs and stuff like that?
Why would I give her my drugs? Why don't I do that?
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
hell no.
Yeah. All right. So at any point, was she asking to leave, different things like that?
She has nowhere to go.
Okay.
She has nowhere to go. All she was just asking was why. Stop, I won't do it again. I'll never tell, Blast, please. I'll never tell. I know I deserve this, but I'll never tell. Like, that's a code in the streets.
Police then ask how the woman ended up in the container.
The first time the police came, you said you
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
moved her upstairs, right? And then she was upstairs. Obviously, the second time the police came, she was in that tote, right? How did that go down in between there?
Well, they really wanted to check upstairs.
Right, but I'm saying, how did she get in there?
I put her in there.
Okay.
And put her downstairs and put her on the porch.
With this confession, prosecutors had everything they needed. Delonte was charged with kidnapping, felonious assault, tampering with evidence, and having weapons under disability. Delonte pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 16 to 20 years in prison. As for the victim, she is alive and attended Delonte's sentencing hearing. According to WKYC News, she requested the judge give Delonte the maximum sentence possible. For Law and Crime News, I'm Kennedy Walker.
As she should, right? I mean, whole deviant. I honestly don't even know if that whole story about him snitching is real because they didn't address it too much. But he just straight up gave the confession to them. Yep, I did it. Yep, I tortured her. What was the point in that? Because now they know you're a snitch, and now you're going to jail. And he did all that to a 6-year-old homeless woman. I don't believe for a moment that she was going to snitch. She was probably, just there while he was having a little manic episode. So, very ridiculous. What's going on, Taz? How you doing today? This one is so crazy. I don't know if you saw that one, but Jesus. That doesn't make any sense. Give him the needle. He definitely needs some needle. I don't know if the needle should be deletion, but maybe medication, just to start. And then he can serve his prison sentence. I don't believe that he should just get away. All right, let's look at the next one. This case was actually a little bizarre, right? We've seen the police impersonators and those people who try to act like they are law enforcement to unsuspecting, regular citizens. But this one here tried to arrest a police officer. So let's get into this case here. Make sure you guys do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, all that. I'll appreciate it, all right? Let's get into this.
October 1st, 2024, a patrolling officer observed a vehicle traveling behind her, recklessly cutting in and out of traffic. The vehicle seemed to be following the officer, as the car would switch lanes every time the officer switched lanes. The vehicle then went around the patrolling officer and cut the officer off and slammed on the brakes. The officer then activated her lights and initiated a traffic stop. What the officer doesn't know is that this suspect has recently posted on social media, putting a bounty on law enforcement for their arrest and even their lives.
Route 12 and south. Look, stay in your car. Stay in your car.
You're going to be arrested.
Okay.
Put your hands up.
It's baller.
Put your hands up.
28. Currently trying to arrest me. Roll the window down. Roll the window down.
Now, why did she laugh? Why did she laugh? That could have went left. For him to just walk right out of his car and walk up to her, I wouldn't be laughing. I would have been like, get your ass in the car. That would be a moment to aim at somebody because you really never know. We've seen body cam on. We didn't get to see exactly what happened, but I covered a case a couple months back now, maybe 2 or 3 months back now when I first started doing body cam, where the police officer pulled someone over. Before the cop could even talk to him, he got out of his car and the cop let him approach him and he, pew-pewed him in the head. So I know she laughed because she was like, this is so bizarre. But, she was in a dangerous situation. Whether he was actually harmless or not doesn't matter. She could have very well ended up deceased like some that we've seen in these body cam. I probably did some content on that when it happened. There were like 14 cases I showed a couple of years back. Way too many. Yeah, exactly. And he didn't chain her, but he had been giving her crack and all types of things to keep her locked up. So that one was just very, very bizarre. But this officer, I think she must be young, because the fact that she didn't flinch or do anything when he just started rolling up on her car, very, very rookie mistake. Let's continue.
Roll the window down. Why are you stopped in the middle of the road?
I'm trying to get you to pull over. You wouldn't listen.
You cannot stop in the middle of the road.
I was trying to get you to pull over.
Okay, roll the window down. Give me your driver's license. $7.44. He just fled my stop. I'm not going to pursue. 10-8.
The next day, the suspect suspect was issued a warrant for his behavior during this incident. Officers arrive at his home to arrest him.
No, don't worry. Shh. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Hey, don't worry, everybody. Congress will know. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm all right now. If I end up dead tonight, it's not. I know. Everybody knows. I'm going to ask for a lawyer. All right, everyone. I gotta go.
It is clear that him and his methany.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Take it easy.
Appreciate you coming out so easy.
No problem. No problem.
That's the marshmallow down the street. Eric, we're going to have him pull the car up.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Sure.
We'll explain everything to you.
Oh, no. I want a lawyer right now.
That's fine.
I want a lawyer right now.
You can make some phone calls when we get to the station, okay?
I want a lawyer.
What station? Fox Lake.
And then they're going to take me to McHenry, Lake County.
Correct.
I know. I want my lawyer.
Okay, that's fine.
So,
what's up with their voices? I don't know. I'm gonna guess that a lot of it has to do with the meth, right? It's clear that him and the wife, from the fact that she had no teeth, it was just a bunch of stubs and some black gums. I'm just gonna assume they all are drug users. Okay, that's all I'm gonna assume here. Let's continue.
Don't worry, okay, hon?
I love you.
I love you too.
Do you need any phone numbers? Or do you have your phone with you that you can...
I don't have no
phone
phone on me.
Do you need to get phone numbers from
No, I don't need no phone
your
number.
attorney?
No. I'll ask for an attorney in front of the judge.
Okay, that's fine.
Right now, I want an attorney.
Okay. Do you want anything from the house, though? Or anything to leave here?
No, like what?
Anything you have on you that you want?
No, you can search me. I don't have no weapons.
When the car comes, we'll do that in front of the camera, okay?
That's fine
and
with
then
me.
do you need anything else?
No.
Perfect.
No. This will not keep me quiet. You hear that, everyone? This will not keep me quiet.
All right, we're going to go to the front of the car?
That's fine.
Okay.
I love you too. You're just mad because I was arrested for cover-up, corruption, attempted murder, planning the plot to kill the next president of the United States, Mr. Wallach. They're trying to keep me quiet. November is next month. This is what they do to a presidential candidate. They're imprisoning me. I'm a POW, folks. Make sure Congress is notified. It's okay. I'm all right, folks. God bless you guys. God bless America. And when this comes out, the truth will be known on the chief of police on Fox Lake and everyone else who's involved. Goodbye, everyone.
He reminds me of those people who actually wear the tinfoil hats, not even like the ones that people troll and call the tinfoil hats, but I'm talking about the ones who really have made a hat out of tinfoil and have put it on their head. That's what him and his wife are giving. Obviously, a lot of it's probably drug induced, but yeah, let's continue.
It's okay, honey. Love ya. Love you.
Thanks for coming out without a problem, man. We appreciate that.
Lawyer. So how much dirty money you're getting paid off to cover this up? You know you're going to be looked at, don't you? You and your chief and everybody else trying to kill people. Yeah, that's what I thought. You better keep quiet. You think you guys will get away with this? I hope this is being recorded in here. And you guys will be caught for tapping in our phones too. You guys will be caught. I'm taking everybody down that's corrupted. Don't you want to talk? What do you have to hide, officer? This is why dirty cops like you will be taken down, just like Kelly Robin, the representative of the 2nd Congressional District.
Why did I think he was going to say R. Kelly? He said Kelly Robin. This guy is weird. I mean, it's clear he's mentally ill, but let's continue.
District, she'll be going down too, just like the 2 McHenry County judges, just like the prosecutors out of the McHenry County Courthouse who framed Michelle Leader. You heard about that, didn't you, officer? No, you're shaking your head no. Why don't you want to talk about it, officer?
I don't know about it.
Yeah, you do. You investigate people, don't you? All right, then. Talk. Kidnapped her. You know who she is. My fiance. Of course you do. Don't act stupid. And raping her? You know about that. Detective Christopher Murphy? Detective Rick Tinsley? Come on, you know about them. You know how everybody covered up for them. And they murdered her father. Come on, you know that. Talk about it, buddy. Yeah, that's right. Smile, laugh about it, think it's funny. When everybody goes to jail for murder, hey, I'll be the one that's laughing. You should be happy to take down corruption. But you're a dirty cop, you don't care. The American people will. They're gonna find out the truth.
Wow, this fucking head as you get up.
You know, these handcuffs work too tight.
The name of this suspect is Eric Wallach, and he's from McHenry, Illinois. According to him, he was a 2024 presidential candidate. Just days before the incident he had with the officer on the highway, he posted a disturbing message on social media. In his post, he mentioned putting warrants out for Illinois police officers for attempted murder, breaking and entering, and assault with a deadly weapon on his girlfriend, Michelle Leader, who he called the next First Lady, and himself. There is no reputable documentation of this ever happening to him or Michelle. Wallach went on to...
So, two meth heads. Two meth heads convinced themselves that he was going to run for president, and he was attacked so that he couldn't run for president. How many of you guys, put a 1 in the chat if you guys would vote for this man over Donald Trump? Do me that favor. Just let me know. Would you guys vote this man in over Donald J. Trump? Okay, our current president of the United States. You know, I think this guy was onto something, or on something, perhaps. I'm not exactly sure which one. But it's so bizarre because he's really standing on all of this. You know, he's really, and that's a well-written, I don't see a lot of grammatical errors. You know, it looks like everything is spelled properly. We got to look into Wallach, Mr. Wallach. Right, he might actually be onto something over there in wherever he's bumfuck that he was at.
To state that if the officers do not turn themselves in, he will bring them in dead or alive, essentially making a threat on their lives. He offered $2 to $5 million for the law enforcement officers. However, he never seemed to even mention the names of these officers that allegedly committed these crimes. He said that he hopes the officers want to have a shootout because that's when they will end up dead for pulling their guns on a presidential candidate. He finished his statement by saying he, the next president of the United States, will be laughing at the dead law enforcement officers that are laying on the ground. For both his posts on social media and his actions on the highway, Wallach was charged with aggravated assault on a peace officer, aggravated assault with a motor vehicle, reckless driving, and fleeing, eluding. He is innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Now, this right here is why I don't think that she should have reacted the way she did, laughing when he pulled up out of that car and walked up right to her. Now, whether or not he was actually a violent threat is up for debate, but he had clearly had violent things on his mind, and she giggled when he started walking towards her car. She should have drawn her weapon, not laugh. You know, she could have really been in danger in that moment. So, I mean, I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about, but one thing's for sure is that he is a lunatic who's probably a ticking time bomb. Now, whether he would have actually been able to access any of the things that he was planning to use to harm peace officers, no idea, but yeah.
Eric's reckless driving didn't prompt a vehicle pursuit. This next suspect is chased by an entire city of officers after he attempted to hit an officer with his car.
I'm going to end there on that one. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. I have a few more, but the stream is already getting spanked for I don't know what. Might have been like a clip of something. Not really sure. But I'm going to end it there, guys. Make sure you guys like the stream on the way out. Support the content. Support my channel in whatever way that you can, and I will appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next one. All right? I'm going to send you guys off with some music, and then I'll be back for another show later or another day. Thank you.
Metal's got power, Florabella stands tall. Every drip, every drop, watch the haters fall. Channel sharp as thorns, ain't taking no mess. Scroll through her feet, feel that queen's finesse. Vines tangle tight, but Flora breaks free. Roots so deep, can't mess with her tree. From the mud she rises, roses from the dirt. Every comment section she lays down hurt. Flora's anthem, blooming under pressure. Resilient, resolving, no lesser. Florabella's reign strong and relentless. Beauty in battle, queen sure defenseless. From the garden green to the concrete wall, Florabella, unstoppable nature's child. Leaves whisper secrets, she's the loudest shout. From the channel buzzing, she never backs out. Seed of strength, through seasons she grows. In the face of doubt, her spirit glows. Cameras ain't a limit, she branches out. Thorns in her crown, she wears it no doubt. Flora's anthem, blooming under pressure. Resilient, resolving, no lesser. Florabella's reign strong and relentless. Beauty in battle, queen sure defenseless. Flora's anthem, blooming under pressure. Resilient, resolving, no lesser. Florabella's reign strong and relentless. Beauty in battle, queen sure defenseless.